Okay, we appreciate you for joining us in this video. If you are new to the channel, don't forget to click on the subscribe button. We have also posted a video before this one in the series, so don't forget to check out that first video. It gives basic information concerning what this series is supposed to be about, what you should know about the JAMB UTM examination, and also what you should know about registration for the JAMB UTM examination. Now we are moving over to guide 1. Just in case you're finding it is difficult to navigate the other video I'm talking about, comments in the comment section make it clear that you're looking for the other video, and I'll provide you with a link so that you can easily access that video. Now for this one, we are starting with guide 1. Under guide 1, we'll only be considering tip 1 for this particular video. We'll only be considering tip 1. Know what to expect. To be more specific, the statement "know what to expect" simply means preparations. If you don't do your preparations in the right way, you won't get the right results. But the odd fact is that preparation isn't as easy as many think, even though most of us are aware that preparation is not easy actually. But it couldn't be so difficult if you have a guide, which is why you have this series. And if you actually need access to the ebook, we mentioned in our previous video that if you need access to the ebook, we'll be giving it out to the first 50 people to comment in any of the videos in the series. First 50 people. The book is currently sold for 5,000 naira, but we'll be giving it out free to the first 50 interested ones. So back to the video. Past questions of an examination are one of the best guides you could make use of while preparing for the examination. So definitely you want to know what the examination is going to look like. You have to go to past questions. Now you see what JAMB questions, their pattern of certain questions, what it looks like. You know what to expect. Some students start making use of past questions even 2 years before the examination. Yeah, I've seen schools that make use of past questions right from SS1, SS2. They train their students on past questions, and these students come to excel. Now, assuming your school does not do like that, it does not mean it's too late. Assuming you're in SS3 now, you can still start from SS3, start using past questions. They'll definitely be of help. Others start a bit later, possibly 5 to 6 months before the examination. Still, others pass their examination after using it for just 2 months or even less. And we are supposed to consider an experience box, but currently the box is not available. That box is showing real life experience of some of the people we interviewed before coming up with what we have in this ebook. So basically, that experience box is supposed to discuss about a particular student we actually interviewed, and we observed that this student used the pre-50 past question, for less than 2 months, along with some other apps that we'll also be mentioning in our later videos. But the main fact that I want to point out here is the fact that the students used the pre-50 past question for less than 2 months and was able to make 297 in the JAMB UTM examination. It all depends on how smart you prepare, not necessarily how much time you put. This depends on your ability of understanding and comprehension, though. If you are the type of student that understands the whole topic after considering it once or twice, then you don't have much problem. But it doesn't mean that you should not start on time, even when you understand well. It's also advisable to start as early as you can. You can possibly understand the whole past question within 2 months or less if you're in such class, if you're in such case. But if you don't seem to grab it all so quickly, then a better suggestion would be to start far earlier so that you have enough time to cover it very gradually. Generally, like the popular saying states, a stitch in time saves 9. So the earlier, the better. It is preferable to start as early as possible. Of course, you'll be better off over prepared than when you're under prepared. Even though I think for JAMB, I wouldn't say there's anything like over prepared, but in other cases, for that examination, it's better you're over prepared than you're under prepared. So even if you put in more time than most students do in the examination, it's better you do it that way than to put in lesser time for the examination. It's advisable to make use of trustworthy textbooks such as Idodome's biology, understanding chemistry. These are textbooks, according to the interviews we made, textbooks that are explanatory, understandable, that have been tested and trusted by majority of students. For biology, Idodome, understanding chemistry, there are some other ones. If you need a list of textbooks under your particular course or subject, probably the subject you're writing in JAMB, also indicate in the comment section, and I'll give you a list of other textbooks for each subject, probably providing link to download some of them online. So these textbooks are important. Make use of a textbook you can understand. Don't use textbook because this is what your teacher asks you to buy. Don't use textbooks because that's what the school requires. You could actually buy it if that's what the school requires, but focus on the one that you can actually understand. That's why I'll be providing that list for interested ones though. Now, these textbooks will show that comprehending and understanding the main points is possible early enough before the examination. Now, I want to say something basically on these textbooks. Textbooks are beneficial actually for understanding subjects or preparing for JAMB. I wouldn't advise using textbook towards, let me say, a month to the examination, when you have only 1 month to the examination. For 1 month to the examination, or 2 months even, I would advise that you focus basically on past questions. Whatever you're reading within that 2 months from textbook that you don't know before, basically I don't think it will help you in the examination as much as past questions will. So basically, if you're going to be using textbooks, try as much as possible to do that before 2 months before the examination. So 2 months down, focus on past questions. If possible, cram past questions. From the analysis you made with students, cramming past questions, if you're good at that, is actually helpful. It's very beneficial. JAMB tends to repeat questions, just change some grammar. So if you cram it, you cram the questions well, if they change just 2 words, you will know it's that same question. But if you read textbook, you focus on textbook and you don't have enough time to focus on past questions, and they ask one question from a very large sum of text you've read from that textbook, you see that remembering the accurate option for that particular question will not be so easy. So focus towards the time for the examination, focus on past questions. Studying past questions, back to the ebook, studying the past questions alongside a reasonable textbook is a better idea. The Prep 50 JAMB past questions is beneficial as it arranges all questions according to their corresponding topics. Now that's an advantage, so that you can focus on this topic and you know that this is where I'm not doing well, and you put more efforts, answer questions under it. If there's time, use textbook to read a particular topic. After reading a particular topic, you answer questions under it to ensure you understood or you understand what you read in the textbook. Okay? This enables you to start preparation as early as SS1 and take each subject by subject. Advantages of using Prep 50 or any other past question that arranges it by subject and by topic. With this, you will get so familiar with the questions that it looks like normal school assignments or homework, especially for schools where they use it for assessment, where they use JAMB past questions for assessment. In addition to past questions, CBT mobile apps such as the My School app or the Scholarly SSCE app are highly encouraged. You see, you need to know how it will actually feel like on that day, especially when it's your first time writing JAMB. You need to know what it feels like to be answering questions from a device within a limited time. Now, most of these apps will score you each test you write according to how JAMB scores each subject. So practicing with them will be very helpful. It will also help you to know how prepared you are. Assuming this is the examination and I'm writing it now, I should be writing from the app. How prepared am I? How prepared are you? What will be your performance? Others like the U-Lesson app are also acceptable. Most of these apps though have a free version and a paid version, and definitely free versions are always limited. It is more advisable to go for a paid version, as this will offer you all available features while the free version limits you from some features. Personally, I will advise that you go for a My School app. Just in case you wish to go for any other app, the paid version is preferable. For example, the My School app offers you a limited number of questions before payment, but after a payment of this price is not currently it should be about 2,000 naira or even more. After a payment of 2,000 naira or more, you get unlimited access to all questions and even what they call the exam mode. The exam mode now gives you that 180 questions and 2 hours, so you answer it exactly as should be on the JAMB examination day. But the test mode is the free version. The test mode just gives you a few questions that is not up to 180 and the time is not up to 2 hours. So you see that the standards are not the same with the JAMB examination. That's why the paid version is usually beneficial and advisable. A standard CBT mobile app not only offers you past questions for accuracy, but also gives you a time limit to check your speed and get you prepared for what the examination will offer. The My School app also shows you your supposed JAMB score to enable you to know how prepared you are, how far you have gone in your preparations for the examination. It has been noted that making short notes while reading or studying enables better memorizing of the points. If there are points you usually forget, if you take note of them and later go through them regularly, it will help you better to remember those points. It also equips one for quick revision before entering the examination hall. Instead of carrying textbook, you're reading textbook just before the exam, in front of the examination hall at the venue. It doesn't make sense. If you have a revision book, a book where you've written down basic points and you're going through it, or even a past questions is even preferable, and you're going through the past questions, it's preferable than reading textbook just before the exam. It's not advisable. Acronyms have also been tested to have a very impressive effect in memorizing certain things, including while reading. Well, for more results, try it out if you've not been using it. You could pick the first letters of each or their first two, depending on how easy it will be for the candidate personally to remember it. So you do it according to how you yourself remember it. Don't abbreviate it according to how others do it, but in a way you're sure you remember it. You can link it to, okay, you mentioned it here. You could also relate it to something you can easily remember. If there is something that is related to the pronunciation of that particular word, you can link into it. I know that when they are asking you a question about this, once you remember this particular object, you relate it to the answer and you remember the answer. The example is given. For example, you can easily use the B in beriberi, the two B's in beriberi, to remember that the vitamin whose insufficiency is responsible for the disease is vitamin B. So looking at the screen, I believe you should understand the B is made bold so that you can understand the example. See BB, which means it should be for what? Vitamin B. Or you could relate the study of classification to the word tax. To the word tax. Now to remember that the study is called taxonomy. So if you're trying to memorize taxonomy as a word, you might not remember it. But if you remember tax, that whenever they are talking about study of classification, that is tax, classification, tax, anything studying classification, tax, you can now easily remember to add the other part of the words. It must not have the same pattern. The acronyms must not have the same pattern, but at least it should be a bit similar. Then you're good to go. If you prepare well enough with past questions, trustworthy textbooks, CBT mobile apps, and short notes probably containing acronyms, then I believe that you'll be ready and know what to expect. So that's for the first point, knowing what to expect. Knowing what to expect. If you find this video helpful, don't forget to share it to another JAMB candidate you know, and importantly, help us click on the subscribe button. It's not cost you anything, and that's one way you can support us for the videos we provide to assist you in your preparation for JAMB. We also wish you the best. If you have a comment, don't forget to leave it in the comment section and we'll attend to you as soon as we can. Until next time guys, this is TJStar Academics. Thank you for watching.